Okay, in this video, we're here to discuss the third eye. How many eyes do humans have? You have at least three. You don't have two. You don't have these two here. You have one more in the middle of your head. I don't mean the skull. I mean inside your head in your actual brain area. There is a very strange organ called the pineal gland, and it's shaped, not even shaped, it's shaped and its functions are very similar to an eyeball because it is an eyeball. It's not an eyeball that detects light outside, it's an eyeball that detects light inside the body. Where is there light inside the body? That light is literally your consciousness. But before all of that, your third eye, and at least the only proof I can think of that definitely proves that there is a third eye, if you remember anything in your life, it's a memory because you experienced it. And when you experienced it with your body and your senses, especially these two eyes. When you dream, when you were falling out of whatever window that you dreamt that you're falling out of, or running from whatever monster, or just whatever strange thing happened in your dream, you remember it, but you never experienced it in this world. So where do you get the memories from? The eye that you use to experience it is your third eye. Yeah. The same way you have these two eyes in the front of your head for recording any memory. For example, if you remember this video in the future, your third eye is used to record things that you experience in the imagination realm, the astral realm, the dream world, which is basically the same as the astral realm. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so how do you even get into this? All of this, I suppose, relates to the fact that human beings are situated to live between two worlds. So there is this world and there is the astral world. The astral world is, again, akin to the dream world. And the entirety of your life is to think of something in the astral world or the dream world or your imagination, and you bring it to this reality, and you do it in the form of manifestation or magic. Let me give you a good example. If I think of me acquiring a certain object in my mind and with this eye, eventually I will run into it. And when I run into it, then I'll know, like, yeah, I manifested it. Whether I'm aware of the fact or not that I did manifest it, that's exactly what happened. A better example. Okay, synesthesia. Yeah, all right. There's a condition that a decent amount of humans suffer from. It's nothing that is actually an affliction per se. I think everyone should have disability. Especially people like me, it's very normal for me. And this is the thing that actually allows you to manifest. So whenever people don't have synesthesia, manifesting is out of their reach for them because they can't visualize anything at all. So I'll give you a good example of synesthesia. If I say, think of a number, then you think of the number and then I ask you, what color is the number? The simple fact that you can see the number in your mind, then at least you know that there is another eye that is receptive of the fact that you thought of something in your mind. If you can, synesthesia is you experiencing any one of your five flesh senses in the form of in the form of another sense. So you can smell through your ears or you can see through your tongue. If you can see through your tongue, then you can see taste. If you can hear through your nose, you can smell colors. Yeah. And that's the thing, everything I'm saying is, it's relatable if you have your third eye open. That's the most informal way of saying it. The proper formal way is, do you have synesthesia? To what degree do you have synesthesia? Or, do you have at least the most important eye awake for you to experience any form of imagination in the dream world? Yeah. So for me, someone that lives with synesthesia, it's very normal for me to think of a word. The word has a color. The word usually has a texture. The word usually has... sometimes it has a sound to it as well. All of these things are important because when you're in the form of manifesting, what is so second nature to you is actually what causes things to appear in this world. So in the realm of spirituality and magic, whatever you think of inside you is a reflection of this world, and this world is a reflection of the world inside you. So it's one-to-one there. So again, you think of something in your mind and you see it because you willed it into existence in your mind, and you ended up stumbling across it. I'll give you another example of third eye jiggery pokery. If I told you to think of, I'm kind of stumped here. Okay, hold on. If I told you to think of a blue ball, there is a blue ball, and I told you to think of it hovering just above your head, you have a blue ball hovering just above your head. As dumb as it sounds, I promise you it's there. It's there as soon as you start thinking of it, and it disappears shortly after you stop thinking about it because you haven't given enough energy. This is where things like repeated mantras and affirmations come in, because you say something, and as whatever you imagine as you're saying it, you give it more form of thoughts, more and more and more, until eventually it's strong enough to manifest and materialize into this world. The act of doing that is directly what magic is. Yeah. All right, what else?